guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just gonna be telling you a very brief but interesting story about how I managed to um, escape death from the national park. And we're talking about Africa, Uganda at that, and let's dive into the video. It was last year, and that would be 2019, because I'm making this video in 2020, and yeah, it was 2019, and it was towards the end of the year, and we decided to take a trip to Fort. We had gone for a traditional wedding. It was an introduction for our friend, and we had just courted him, and we planned to like do our own activities when we reached there. So when we reached there, I'm just going to dive into the very day that we happened to go to the park. When we reached there, we went for the introduction. It ended. We slept over because it was already late, and we had organized the tour for the national park the next day. Initially, we were supposed to leave at around 11 to set up for the park. Yo, guess what? We set off at around 2. Yeah, we set off around 2, and yeah, we began our journey. We refilled our car to like a full tank. As anyone going on a long trip, we filled out our car, and then we started our journey to Kasese, where Queen Elizabeth National Park is. And when we reached there, okay, we didn't anticipate how long the journey was going to be, because according to the map, it was like supposed to be about one and a half hours, and yo, it was around 2 hours. It was like a 2-hour drive, like, and when we reached Kasese, where the park begins, there is a long way to the gate of the park, like a really long way. It can take you um about 45 minutes just to reach the gate. Yeah, just to reach the gate of the park, and you have to reach the gate in order to get permission to move through the park. I guess I'm making sense right now. So we had to drive up to the gate, and by the time we rode the car to the gate, it was 4, guys. It was 4 p.m. East African Standard Time. So we reached the gate, and we found there the receptionist who helped us sort out everything. We paid for the entry, like for the entry park fee, whatever. And then guess what, guys? This guy goes on and tells us you have to pay for the car. And then we're like, in my head, I was just like, is there an option where someone pays entry to the park and they walk in the park? Like, how? It didn't make sense to me, but whatever. We paid what we paid, and then we entered the park. Remember, it's 4 something now, because we had to wait for the guy to come because we didn't exactly find him out of the office, like in the office. So he came from where he came from. Yeah, no, he was there. He was around somewhere. We don't know where he was, but he was around somewhere. So we took some few pictures, and then he told us it's already late. You can't take a tour around the whole park at this time, but you can do a drive to the lake, and then you see birds, and maybe you'll catch some animals when they are feeding in the evening, and maybe you'll be able to take some pictures. So we're like, okay, nice idea. And then we asked the guy, what is the, because by this time we were saying like, we might not have enough time to see the park, and already it's a park. We fear the wild animals, and but we have paid our money. We need to see something, and we wanted to take pictures, obviously. And yo, so much was going on at that moment because we had already made an impulsive decision, and we couldn't take it back because we had driven a long way just to get to the park already, and we couldn't reverse that journey. Okay, we didn't have another day to stay there because we hadn't planned for the day. And let's go forward. um we told the guy, can you tell us a shorter route back to the main road, because the route we used to come here is already so long and it's bad. Like, the road wasn't like all that good. So we talked to the guy and told him, like, can you direct us and tell us a shorter route to the main road? And he was like, yeah, there's a shorter route. You can just go like straight. You find Crater Lakes. Actually, it will be a very nice scenery, blah 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 blah. You'll be able to take nice pictures. And we're all excited, guys. Yeah, we were all excited. And when we so the direction he showed us was like this side, and where we had to find the lake where animals feed from was on the other side, for where, even that's where the boat cruise is and all that kind of activity, if you are interested. So it was really late, we couldn't go for a boat cruise. We were like, you know what, let's just go and check out this lake. Yeah, so we drove, and he was like, it's not too far, it's like 4 kilometers. You'll be there in no time. We're like, okay, cool, since you say it's near, let's go. Guys, we drove for about 15 minutes and we weren't seeing the lake. We weren't. Okay, and we were like, really? Guys, you excuse me about the distance thing. I'm just gonna use something that I think that is near. I don't know whether it's actually near or not, but like, he explained, like, it was so near, you get. And then when we reached, like, we don't even know if it's half the way because we weren't seeing the lake, guys. We were just driving and driving and not seeing anything. But luckily enough, we found some animals when we were driving through, and yeah, we saw a warthog, we saw uh was it a fox? Yeah, and I think an antelope or a cob. I'm not so sure. I don't remember. Like, they just flew by. I wasn't even able to get like a video or anything because we didn't expect to find any animals. Yeah, we just happened to just bump into them, like, just like that. Yeah, so anyway, we just, when we reached, like, when we drove for like about 15 minutes into the whole journey, and we weren't seeing any luck of the, like, with the we weren't finding any luck with the lake. We're like, you know what, let's save on this fuel because we need it going back. And we just go to that short route they directed to us. We see the Crater Lakes, and then we out. Okay, that was the plan. That was the plan. So this guy is like, he didn't tell us that on the other side there are also animals, like, because it was like, no, that side they're not really like any animals, it's like Crater Lakes, you know. Yeah, so we're like, okay, cool. So we changed our plan, we drove back, and then we started on the journey that he told us was closer to the main road. Guys, never trust an African game ranger telling you a distance in the national park is short. If he tells you it is 6 kilometers, multiply that 3 times. Huh? Actually, multiply it by the same number. If it's 6, multiply by 6. I'm telling you, I learned the hard way. I really don't want you to fall into like the same trap we fell in, because let me just cut this short. We went, we went, drove through the park. The road is so narrow, and we had a Noah, and the Noah is not a car for traveling in a national park. Yeah, but it's what we had. And then we drove through like a very narrow road, and when we reached somewhere, it's like we weren't reaching. But remember, we had already started on the journey, okay? In false hope, like in hope that we are going to reach the road as quickly as possible, because it was 5 now, okay? And we were still not seeing the main road or any sign of the main road. Like no sign. It was wilderness. So we found like another truck coming from the game drive, and then we asked them just to be sure whether we're taking the right route. We're like, yeah, the road is not all that far. Just go straight. You reach somewhere and then you turn on the right. And then we're like, okay, okay. So we we went straight, and then we found a junction, and then there were two directions, like, so we were like, from where we were coming from, you couldn't tell which place is right and left. So we were literally stuck there for some time because we didn't want to take a wrong route in the park. Okay, so we're just there, and we're like, you know what, yeah, this guy has messed us up. And the receipt they gave us, it doesn't have a contact where we can call for help in case we are stuck. Yo, we were like, we are finished. We're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, like wherever direction, whichever direction God points us in, that's where we're going. That's where we're going, and that's it. Okay, so when we were still debating upon where to go, another truck came from the game which was from the game drive, and this was like our guardian angel. Oh my God, like, God bless that truck for us. Like, people in that truck, I think God just put them there like that day for us. Yo, it was crazy, because these people came in the right time when we needed them. Like, at all times they just came in like in the right time when we needed them. So this truck came in, and um the guide in it told us, you take this route, but there is a tree that has fallen. You find that tree. When you find that tree, you will be almost there, but not yet. It's still a long way to go. At least this guy told us the truth. He was like, this is still a long way to go, but you're not so far. So we're like, okay. And our fuel wasn't really promising, so we had our own worries. And he was like, no, you're rich, it's not too far, but you still have a long way to go. And then he was like, hey, I need to take this people elsewhere, blah 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 blah. We were like, thank God for you, bless you. We started on that journey, and as we drove, we found that trunk that had fallen down. We're like, thank God we're on the right thank God we're in the right route. And then when we found it, guys, let me take tea, because I feel like I'm telling you like some kind of horror or some kind of movie or something. When we reached there, uh to the at the trunk, our car couldn't pass. uh we just thank God that our car could maneuver through the bush, because these other trucks had created like our another route, like a diversion from there, and our truck was able to pass there. And we're like, oh, thank God. And then we passed. and we saw the crater lakes. They were beautiful. There was a beautiful rainbow. Oh my god, it was just a nice thing. I'm gonna put up the pictures. You're gonna be seeing them. It was just a beautiful scenery and all that, and it's just like God just told us this is where all the fun ends. Like, let shit, like shit is getting real. Shit is getting real, because from there it just rained. It started raining immediately. We had taken like some few pictures after the rainbow and the crater lake. It started raining. We were in the game park. It was coming to 7. Yeah, it was coming to 7. That's how you know this. The first game ranger lied to us. Like, that's how you know. We started the journey at around 4 something. It's getting to 7. We haven't yet reached the main road, and he told us this is the shortest route to. Guys, let me not get high in this. Because from there we just drove and continued driving, and the fuel was warning, as you can see in this picture. I'm going to put this picture up. Yeah, that the fuel tank was low, and we didn't know how much long it could hold, and we didn't see any sign of civilization anywhere near us, not even an electric pole or anything. It was all wilderness, like bushes and forests and everything else in the national park. So it was already dark, and we were still in the park. Yeah, it was 7 something. So as we were riding this, we find is it a herd? I don't know. We found a group of elephants. I can say lions. We found a group of elephants, like in our way. There were about 6 of them, like on our way, guys. We were like, okay, um, our geography didn't prepare us for this. We we thought there was no animals this side, okay? Like, okay. So we were all in shock, and we were all panicking and scared because we didn't know what to do. And I don't think there was even phone reception at that time. Like, we're just stuck. So we told the, the person who was riding, just told him, just remove the flashlights. Like, don't scare the elephants, because you don't know what will happen in case you scare them. Just put them off, and we wait, because we have nowhere to go. Okay, we can get out of the car and chase them away like they're some dogs. So this is their territory, so we wait. And we waited for some minutes until the the guy, our friend who was driving, looked behind us and told us, guys, there is an elephant coming from behind. um Let me run you through the situation, the kind of geographical situation we were in. This is the road. This is where we are, and on this side, it is it's a slope. It's like sharp valley, like it goes down. Okay, and on this side, it's a steep. Okay, the car can't go there, and on this upper side where it's a steep, there are already 2 elephants feeding peacefully. On our right hand, the 2 elephants feeding peacefully. In front of us, there are like 6 of them just standing and chilling in the road. And down, we can't go down because it's a steep slope down. And from behind, here comes another big elephant. Like, I've never seen an elephant this big in my entire life. Like, this elephant was as big as our car, so it could literally push our car aside and have nothing on us. Like it would just move on smoothly, like business as usual. Okay. um I think that in that moment I told this guy, like, you're joking, right? He's like, no, I'm not joking. Look behind you. I'm not joking. So everyone looked behind. We all like sighed and looked behind. And yeah, that elephant was coming to us. And in that moment, that was like my near death experience, because the elephant was charging to us. We were fearing to move forward because there were more elephants in front of us. We couldn't go out of the car because that is even more dangerous. Uh, we were just stuck, literally stuck in the car, waiting for our death to come upon us. And guys, if you have ever had a chance to have a near-death experience, you will not have words to say when you almost die. Yeah, if it's like a really scary near-death experience, because that was scary, because you could see your death coming to you, and all I could say was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like that's the best I could say in that moment, because everything else just went out of my mind, out of my head. I couldn't think, I couldn't reason, I couldn't say nothing. Like I was just like, okay. So we came all the way to die in the park. Okay. Anyway, let me not even make this dramatic, because I can laugh about this right now, but in that moment I wasn't laughing. It was the most serious moment of, and most self realizing moment. Like it was like the most like real moment in my life, because I was facing my death, uh, and there was nothing to stop it, and we didn't know how to stop it, and everything was in the hands of God, basically. All I was saying was, oh my god, oh my god, and all the other guys were all like quiet, and some of them were saying shit. I don't know, everybody was saying what they could say in that moment, because this guy was charging towards us. He was running towards the car. So anyway, God helped us when he when the I don't even know how, but guys, always pray when you're beginning a journey, when you're going anywhere, when you're doing anything. Like, pray, because sometimes you might not have the chance to say your last prayer. Sometimes that prayer that you said in the beginning of the journey will save you a lot, where you don't know, like when everything else is failing. Because yeah, everything else had failed. The Everything else had failed pretty much. Like we didn't have any other solution, and just it was by the grace of God, this elephant was almost hitting the car. I don't know what scared it or what got into its mind. It just swerved off, like swerved, like guys. When you see me praising my God in church or anywhere, like leave me to praise him. Like just chill, just leave me to praise, okay? Like yeah, it swapped off and it went away, and we everyone was like, what just happened? What just happened? Like yeah, it was that kind of moment. And yeah, we in that moment another car came in, and that is the same truck that showed us the direction to take when we were in the junction and we were stuck. This time it came in like immediately. The elephant swerved like about a minute or two later, when everyone's nerves were trying to like calm down and actually realize they are actually still living, and grateful for that fact. This car came in and it drove past us. They asked us, are you okay? Are you safe? Have you seen that elephant? We were like, yo, we've seen it. Like, yeah, we've seen it. So they were like, yeah, okay, just follow us. And yo, guys, this car can manage to pass in, because for it like bypassed us when it passed through the slope that was there. That's why I'm saying use a, a car suited for the situation, in the situation that you're going into. Okay, yeah, that's a piece of advice you have to remember when you're going into game drives. Please use a four-wheel drive, use a car suited for game drives. Okay, period. This car bypassed us. It survived. It went back on the road. It led the way. And I told the driver, guy, follow that car like our lives depend on it. Because they do. If we lose these guys, we have nothing. We have nothing. At least if they can see us, if they can look back and see us, there we followed the car, and after a short ride we were able to reach the shore. And by the shore, I mean we were able to see urbanization, we were able to see a light, and we were able to get out of the park. And thank God everything turned out well after that, because immediately after the game park you find a petrol station and we refueled the car. And yeah, the rest is history. We went back to normal life and everything, yeah, was normal. So my points out of this story that you should take, my lessons from the story that I drew out and I'll keep in my mind every time that I'm going to travel. Yeah, please listen to this. Number one, be early. Wake up on time. If you have a long journey, or if you're not sure about the journey that you're going to take, it's better to be there early than to be there late. Okay, because if you were there during the day, you wouldn't be as scared as we were in the night, alone and clueless. Okay, yeah, get a guide. If you're going to the national park, get a guide. Please do get a guide, or better yet, just use a tour company, because they have the car, they have the guide, and you are many. Yeah, being in a group has a sense of security that it gives you, and you can survive. At least someone would know something about animals or how to do self-defense. Okay, yeah. And if you don't use a tour company, please pick a proper vehicle. Thank you. You thank me later. And the other thing, before entering a game park, if you're going to do a self game drive, please fuel that car. Fuel that car. Fuel that car. Fuel that car, please. Just fuel it. And the last bit would be never to really allow the distance these game people give you. Please, if you're told you have 6 kilometers, like I said, add times 6. Okay, there you'll be safe. Double it, in fact triple it, triple the distance. If you plan for more and you get less, good. If you plan for less and you get more, not good. Not good. Definitely not good. I'm telling you. You'll thank me later. So that's it for this video. I know I've gone on for so long. However much I said, I'm going to make it brief. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And turn on your notifications so that you can be alerted whenever I put up a new video. Yeah, this is where the journey started in Fort Portal. We fueled the car, as you can see here in the picture. This is the gate I was talking about in the video. As you can see, it's Queen Elizabeth National Park. Here we were at the junction, stranded, taking pictures. Tusaba tuli. In the middle of nowhere. If you look closely in this photo, you see that our fuel gauge was showing that our fuel is low, and that is the tree that had fallen in the road. Here I was scaring my friends that an elephant was behind them.
It rained while in the game park.
Thank you so very much. Wow.
Let's say me I'm going to pick up this side. No? It must like you say me I'm going. It must be this one. I think it's this one. Whatever of you want, yeah?
Like a good number where
yeah, change your time, bro. I get to off. Yeah,
your prayers.
You can make us sleepy.
There's nothing funny about that shit, man.
My heart is still out of my body. I don't know what to do.
Whose heart is inside? Chakaram, you are just saying, let's open that door.